Hi everyone, it is Michelle Litwiller with Owl Star Stampers, and it is Thursday, October 20th, and I am live to do our weekly class that I have for you. I have a whole class for you today, so I'm very excited about that, and we will get started in just a second. So, I'll just wait for some people to hop on and then we will get started. I know this is kind of a weird time and a different day because my son had a cross-country meet yesterday. So hopefully people will find us, and then there's always the replay here on Facebook and then always over on YouTube as well. So hello everyone. Hi Marcia. Thanks for joining, and also thank you for sharing. I am going to actually share this real quick over in my group, and then we will dive right in. Except for I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. All right. I have a bundle that I am so excited. I have some new techniques. A technique that I think I discovered yesterday being a little bit lazy. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. All right, hopefully that got shared. Hi, everyone. All right, so the bundle that I am going to be featuring is the Cottage Wreaths Bundle. But on one of the cards, I'm also going to be using the dies from this brand new bundle that is still available to purchase, and it is the Warm Welcome. So I'm using the dies from this bundle. I'll tell you how you can order any of these supplies as well. Before I forget though, I did grab, I had a couple extra classes of this Halloween, it's the Best Witches, which I did not grab the stamp set. So here's how this is going to work. I had my last retreat, one of the add-on classes was the Best Witches class, and these cards are stinking cute. So cute. And so I have like 3 or 4 of these left, and you get a whole thing of the ribbon, which is like a $9, and you get a half a pack of the paper. This is just a full pack because I didn't want to open it up, but it'll be cut in half anyway. So the class, you make one of each of these cards, okay, and then you need the stamp set though. The Best Witches stamp set. Anyway, if you want this class, it's $30 shipped to you, and that includes, you know, the paper and the ribbon and all the supplies to make the cards. You just need your own ink and markers to color them in. So if you would like this for $30, please email me at owlstarstampers@gmail.com so I can invoice you. I have only 4 left. My extra Halloween stamp camp I had and all of that stuff sold really, really fast. So I just wanted to, I can ship it to you tomorrow, and you can get this. So it's a really cute class with the Best Witches stamp set. And it's a little bit, anyway, so that's that. I just saw those out on the table, and so I wanted to let anyone know if they wanted to get in on this. If you already got it with the retreat, it's the same class, so don't buy it again. All right, so, but email me. Please email me, because if you post it in the comments here, I won't see it. It gets lost. If you Facebook message me, half the time I don't get those either. So email is the best way. I usually get those. All right, let me show you this suite really quick. It's really awesome. I've been dying to play with it. It is on page 59 in the book. All right, so here is also, if you guys want to do any shopping, you can use this host code. As always, if your order is over $50, I always send you a gift in the mail, some sort of something that I would like to get. And so you have to use the host code though, or the shopping link that I have associated with the host code. Before Stampin' Up! Would let me call and add those on, and they're not anymore. So please use that. Or if you can't find it or don't know how, email me or message me, you know, reach out to me and I can help you do that. So on page 59 is this bundle. I'm going to turn the camera down and I will move this up for just a second. Okay, so this is the bundle right here. I know a lot of you have it, or you might, you know, want to get it after you see these awesome cards, but it's $52 and there's a lot you can do. You can do a lot of different holidays and seasons with this. This is where also that paper is that I used last week, but you can just make like some Halloween. There's like a spider, fall, Christmas. Yeah, there's so many, you know, things. I used this set and I made a sympathy card. I should go grab that. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful things. So this is a set that I'm going to use today. And so we're going to get started. So the first card I'm going to make for you is going to be a fall card. And let me grab all the pieces here. So this is actually like, I am showing you like a full class using these set of products. We have, here's the stamp set. So it has a hello, a boo, a grateful, a Merry Christmas, and then some people just make life better. And all these little, the acorn, I used the acorn on the gnome card last week. And the little holly and the berries, and anyway, cute set. And then here's the dies. Let me show you. Look at, there's all kinds of little dies and bows and leaves, all kinds of stuff. So for this first card though, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to kind of start simple and like do a little more each time. So I have a crumb cake card base. I do not have a bone. Yes, I do. I didn't think I had a bone folder. So we're going to fold this in half, just like that. Then this piece I embossed with the Timber 3D embossing folder. Do you see it has like a wood grain background? 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have a piece of Cajun Craze that is 3 inches, 3 by 3, and then white, basic white, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So those are the main pieces that we need. We are going to be using some, let me see what we got here. We're going to be using, we're using these colors, but not right now. We're going to be using Early Espresso, dark brown, and then Cajun Craze, and pumpkin pie and crushed curry, but in the re-inkers. So we're going to do something fun with those. And then soft suede as well. All right, so there we go. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is let's do a little bit of stamping. So we're going to stamp the branch here, like this little, the wreath with the wood little pieces. And I'm going to do that in the Early Espresso. So this, again, we're going to do a fall card first. I wanted to do a Halloween one, but I just got wrapped up in like the Christmas stuff. And the last card is kind of, has a lot of pieces. We'll just put it that way. Okay, so Early Espresso, we're going to stamp this right in the center there. Just like that. So there's that. Then what we're going to do next is something a little bit fun. I'm just going to take a wipe and wipe this off. We're going to be using baby wipes a few different ways today. So baby wipes are great for cleaning off your stamps and some other stuff, but I use them a lot in my crafting. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you this technique that I'm going to say I self-discovered it. It's kind of like a fake stain technique almost. So when I created these cards yesterday, because I planned to go live last night, I had these cards right here. Well, the wood grain isn't popping out a whole lot, right? So I was going to take like one of these little sponge daubers and add ink to make it pop, but it was in the other room and I was being lazy. So this is what I did, and what happened was really cool. So I took the soft suede ink pad, okay, and then I took the baby wipe. So you want to make sure your baby wipe is damp, but not like, I had them sometimes be too juicy. Do you know what I mean if you use baby wipes? Or it can't be too dry. So it can't be too wet or it can't be too dry. It has to be like, you know, just a regular good baby wipe. So then what I did is I took just the corner and kind of folded it up a little bit. Now make sure there's no other ink on there. There is some down here, but I'm not going to use that. And I dabbed it in my ink pad, all right? So it's wet a little bit, and then I gently brushed it across this. What happened is that it totally looked like I stained this, like real wood. It is so cool. So I loved it, so I wanted to share this with you. So see, I'm just dabbing it in here, just like that, and then just gently brushing it across the paper. I'm not like spending too much time in an area, and it gives it this cool like stain, like you stained your wood. Pretty cool. Let me know what you think of that. I've never seen anyone do this. I've never seen a video on this, so I don't know. I'm glad I was a little bit lazy yesterday. So, because this was the result. So now it will dry. It'll dry down a little bit and it'll get a little bit lighter. But you can see all of the little wood grains in that embossing thing. Anyway, so that was kind of that's what happened. So we're gonna let that dry, and then while that is drying, we're gonna go into a different technique, which I have used and that I learned, you know, I've seen lots of other people doing it, the baby wipe technique. So this actual one is called a baby wipe technique. So I'm gonna use this to wipe off my stamps. And you can see I tried it here yesterday. So I have another little pad here. So what I did is because I didn't need the whole baby wipe, is I cut one in half. So if you've never done this technique, it's really fun too. And it's really fun with like leaves, which that's what we're doing, or I don't know, different stamps, when you want like a multicolored kind of effect. So I cut the baby wipe in half, and then I just folded it in half. You can see right there, like this. Okay, then we're gonna be taking this image right here, and what I did is I put it underneath my little thing, so I kind of could like see where like it's not much bigger than that. So yeah, this is like we're making a little stamp pad anyway. So then what you'll do with this is you'll take some re-inkers. So whenever, or if you have never bought a Stampin' Up! Ink pad, or when you do, I always recommend my customers to buy the re-inkers that go with it. And the reason is because they do go dry and you need to re-ink it with the re-inker, but then also you can do a lot of cool different techniques and stuff with these re-inkers as well, and this is one of them. So I have, again, crushed curry, Cajun craze, and pumpkin pie, so 3 fall colors. I started with the lightest one, and what I did is you're going to add just right on your baby wipe, put something, like I have my foam mat underneath because I don't want to ruin my work surface. Just put a few little dots of ink there. We have yellow. Then we're going to go into the pumpkin pie, the orange, and I'm just going to put more little drops kind of next to those, kind of wherever. They kind of bleed, and that's okay. You kind of want that to happen. And then we're going to go in with the Cajun craze, kind of like the rust color, and we're going to add some of that in there. Okay. I especially love this technique in the fall. Again, I'm here in Michigan, and right now it's beautiful here with all of the leaves. So it's going to bleed because the baby wipe is damp. And this is actually what it looks like dried from yesterday. So you see all those really pretty colors when it dries. Okay, so now, if you don't have a complete solid image, let me lift it up. This is kind of what it looks like, but they start to bleed a little bit. But what you're going to do is put your stamp down, and then you're going, this is like your ink pad. So what I did is I stamped it in there, I pressed it in there once, I kind of turned it and pressed it again. You can do it, you know, as many times as you want, and then we're going to stamp it right over this image here, the little branch. Okay, so then look at what happens. You get all these colored leaves like fall. Is that not cool? I actually did it a second time, so I stamped it in there again. I rotated it and pressed it down, and then I just kind of twisted it and did it a second time. And so this is how it looks. It looks pretty cool. So this is the baby wipe technique. You just need these ink refills. Sorry about that, it went out of focus. And then you can stamp all these. Now the other thing I did is I stamped these little individual leaves a few times doing the same thing, and then I die cut them. I did them ahead of time, so they're right here. So you can see that some have like Cajun craze and pumpkin pie. They're just really cool little leaves that I just did ahead of time. And then I also did a few of the little acorns in early espresso. So that's kind of what it looks like. You can do multiples with this before it will dry out. Anyway, so you can use this more than just one time. You can use it several times. And anyway, so that's the baby wipe technique. All right, those are my two techniques. So now as this dries, it has like a really cool look to it. You could add more if you wanted, but I'm good. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp grateful in the center of this. So I'm going to, all right, I'm just going to take our words and I want the word grateful. I'm going to stamp it in the center of our wreath like this. Okay, and then we're going to attach these on together. So let me get this out of the way. Take your glue and attach this on. So I tried to do a lot of the die cutting and embossing, all of that ahead of time to save time today. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Isn't that really pretty? Okay, now we're gonna come into here. So one of, you can take linen thread. What I did is I took this stuff right here. This is called the threaded twine, threaded silver twine. So it has a little bit of silver in there. It's kind of thick. So what I like to do is I like to take the end and you just literally take your finger and poke it. And then, I don't know if you can tell, but all the threads separate. And then you can pull them out. Obviously, you have to have a piece cut. So that's what I did. I think this just looks a little bit more rustic, which is what I was going for. So I'm going to pull out, then you literally can just pull out these threads. I'm going to pull out 3 of these threads. You could even pull out the silver piece if you wanted. Again, linen thread would work also. This just looks, like I said, a little more rustic is why I use this. I'm going to wrap this around the bottom of this wood and tie a bow, and then we're gonna attach this down. I cut a really long piece. You might not need this long of a piece, but I didn't want it to be too short. So I'm gonna tie this down here. I missed one of the strands. So whenever you do a double bow, this is kind of like a triple. You just put all your threads together and just tie like normal. So that's all I do. Just keep the little pieces together and it should tie just fine. Okay, so there we have that. And then my strand is really long, and I made a really big bow. So if you don't want that big of a bow, you can make it shorter for sure. Okay, there's that. Now I am going, I think I'm going to attach it flat with just some regular adhesive. I will go around all the edges since I did add a little bit of kind of like water from the baby wipe. And look at that, I just ran out of adhesive. Yep, see the little red thing ran out. I think I just have a brand new one over here. Let me see. Yep. All right. Okay, let's put this in. All right, we're back in business. Okay. So then I'm going to, here's my card base, again in crumb cake, and I'm going to layer this down. This would be a really cool technique to do with like that barn set that we have. Kind of fun. Okay, then I'm going to take this and we're going to pop that up with some dimensionals. And then we're going to take some of those extra leaves and acorns. Whenever you run out or get to the edge of your dimensionals, run out of the center, use the edges up. And then we will layer this right here. And then we're going to take some of the leaves. I'm going to take 2 of these leaves and 1 of the acorns. So I have one this way, and I'll take a different leaf here. So I have 2 different leaves. Again, I stamped them right in that baby wipe thing. And then I'm going to put these down with a glue dot. And then the acorn I'm going to pop up with a mini glue dot. Where's the end of this? There it is. That was weird. So here's this and this. I just love this bundle because it's so versatile. You can make cards for so many things. And then this goes over here. All right, and then I'm going to take one of these little acorns that I just pre-did this to save a little bit of time. Take a little mini dimensional, put one on the back, peel it off, and put that over the center of the leaves. The leaves right there. And there's that. So there is our first card. Now what I did with my other card is I took champagne rhinestones. I love champagne rhinestones for fall. Here they are. These little champagne rhinestones. I know I've been giving them away, but on this card, I added a few of those into the wreath as well. And see how it kind of like, this is still a little wet, so it will dry down a little bit. It can dry down a little bit lighter. Maybe I added more ink this time, and this one's going to be a little bit darker, but that's kind of the look. If you want to add some sparkle, champagne rhinestones look really pretty in your wreath too. So that's our first card. Let me know what you think of those baby wipe techniques. The faux stain and then that. I thought it was like made the perfect fall card. All right, so I'll let you see that for a second. And next up, I have a Christmas card. So we're going to do this simple Christmas card first, and then I have one with a lot of little intricate pieces. Here's a card I did with my team. Every month we do mystery stamping, and I use this bundle and stamp that, and then this just opens up this way. So that was another card with the red and white glimmer paper. Did that. So I wanted to share that with you. I did thaw out, and I've been to worse meets where it's been colder for sure. But after I got home last night from that meet, and then I just did not feel like my studio, I have my own craft studio downtown. I just did not feel up to driving across town. And I had everything ready and everything, but anyway, it's fine. I can do my card class with you guys today. But yes, I'm finally warmed up. So for this card, we're going to do Christmas, and I have a thick white card base already folded in half, and then I use the brick and mortar embossing folder, 5 1/4 by 4, and we can just go ahead and layer this on. If you wanted to use dimensionals, you can, but I'm using it on some of the other pieces. Now this is a really simple card, and then the next one we'll get into a little bit more in depth. All right, so there's that. Okay, then we do need a scrap of white, which I have a little scrap here, but I need another little scrap, which I got right here. I know that because I just cleaned off my desk. Shocking, I know. I have some garden green, some real red, and we need that early espresso again. So these are the colors that we're going to be using, and we're gonna stamp this and this and this bow, and the Merry Christmas. So the first thing I did is I took, okay, it should be noted that in here, do you see this little arrow? There's a little arrow on the little wreath, here. Now mine, I don't know where that is, but I could find it if you can match it up. But anyway, just where that arrow is important for when you die cut. I just want to point that out because on the little dies, there is an arrow. Like right here is the little arrow. So then that will cut it out perfect. And it is on this one too, the little arrow. So the arrows on there make it so you can die cut your things out easier. Mine's all messed up, but just don't mess yours up and then you'll be good. So I'm going to stamp this first in this piece first. This is such a fun set. Have I already said that 5 times? It's really fun. Okay, so we're going to stamp that. Then we're going to take the greenery piece and we're going to stamp that in garden green. You can pick whatever green you like. I just wanted traditional green. We're going to ink this up in the garden green, and then I'm just going to go for it and go just make sure it's right over, and there you have it. Look at how beautiful that is. Seriously, that's so pretty. So there's that. Then I took the bow. So again, you can die cut, like look at this bow. It has like even all these little, you can't really see, but there's little pieces cut. You can die cut a bow or you can stamp a bow. I want to show you different ways. So I'm going to stamp this one and real red ink. And then on this scrap, it's kind of close. Maybe I better do one here. So there's the little bow. And then finally, the last thing we're going to do is add a few of the berries to our wreath. So again, I'm just taking these little berries and I'm just going to add them. And I'm kind of turning my stamp a little bit because they are a little bit different sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add 5 because they always say like odd numbers, right? So there's one there. So here, let me hold it up so you can see there is our wreath. So now now you would go and die cut that out. I already did the wreath right there, so that's what it looks like die cut. Again, if you just make sure of where the little notch is, it makes it really easy to die cut. When I just like ripped them out, not ripped them, but you know, grabbed them really quickly, I wasn't paying attention until I was like, oh, I need to do that. And I actually need to stamp Merry Christmas too in red. So let me do that real quick. I should have had a little banner here because I want to close up these ink pads. So we're going to stamp Merry Christmas right there. All right. Oh, Barbara, I'm so glad that you are excited to make these cards. They are so fun. I was so excited to go live and show you these cards. Okay, so then I do have to cut out the little bow. I didn't do the bow, but I did the wreath already, so you don't have to watch me do that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to, but I wanted to show you how you can stamp and layer them, because that's pretty neat. I have my little embossing machine here. This is a little baby one. If you don't have a machine, get the big one because it does everything. But if you just love to craft like me, you might want the little one that can do almost everything right next to you. So we're going to just die cut this out. I gave one of these away at my bingo. I have another one to give away at my next in-person bingo. Unfortunately, you can't ship these. These are expensive to ship. But in person, it's fun to give those away. Okay, so now we're going to just put this card together. Again, this is our little simple one. So we're going to take our wreath and our dimensionals over here. And we're going to add a few of them on the back. And here is our wreath. Figure out how you want it positioned. That might be like the hardest thing to figure out. How do we want it? Seriously, is there even a right or wrong way? I'm looking at the berries. Okay, there we have our wreath. There's the brick background. And then the bow, I'm going to put a little dimensional on as well. And thank you, Sharon. I'm so glad you love these cards. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Jane. Hi, Patricia. I've seen some of your comments come through. Thanks for joining me on Thursday afternoon. I'm going to pop this up. And then our Merry Christmas, I'm going to cut at an angle and cut this side at an angle. You could make it a banner, and then I'm just going to, don't freak out on me, I'm just going to freehand cut straight across, and hopefully I do it okay. It's not too bad. This side's a little bit longer, so I'm going to cut that down. And then we're going to pop this up. And this is this card. Again, this one is super easy, quick and easy, because the next one is going to take me, well, I already did a lot of it, but there is that card right there. Now you could take the red rhinestones and add some of those, but this is just a really, again, sweet Christmas card. Sorry, the light. So there is that one. So I hope you like that one. If you just hopped on, I will show you all the cards at the end. Here is another card. This is a fun fold card, kind of using that same, look at this, if it's flat, but really it stands up like this. Isn't this cool? I'll have to show you guys how to make this card because this is fun. But again, here's another card using that same little wreath. We did this at a different Stampin' Up! Thing I was at. Okay, so there's card number 2. Yes, it is very crisp and clean. I'm glad you guys love it. Okay, now the next one I'm super excited about. Sorry, I probably said that 10 times already. So what we're going to use is I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas again. That's the only thing I'm using out of the stamp set. But then we're going to die cut these intricate wreaths here. So these two kind of can layer together and they're really cool. So when you do that, it comes out like this. Let me show you. I did it ahead of time. I have them off to the side. So it comes out like this, all these little pieces. Okay, so then this one, you can even take these and kind of bend them back and kind of fluff up the wreath, so to speak. They kind of come out and you can, do you see how they're like that? So this is so cool. And then you can do the inside as well. We'll get to that. But anyway, you're going to die cut both of these out with the dies right here, these two dies. So we're using the dies but without the stamping. And then you're going to take the bow, the one with the details, because there's a solid bow that you would do if you stamped like we just did. This one down here will do little details, and I did it in copper foil, and it comes out like that. Isn't that beautiful, that little copper foil? Okay, then I went to this other set, which is called the Warm Welcome Bundle. This was featured during World Card Making Day. This will be in our next upcoming mini catalog. Again, it has a stamp set and it has these wonderful dies. And what I did in this set is I took this door and it has little panel, like it's embossed, like when you run it through. And so I did 3 of those in crumb cake. Let me show you. They come out like this. So I did 3 of these, and I'm going to create a door with this using these panels. So I did 3 in crumb cake using this, and then I also used that to cut out a little handle in copper. So little handle right here. This set is so fun. It will do so many different things. So if you really like the Warm Welcome Bundle and you missed it, it's not in any catalog yet. It's coming out, but you can still order it online. And here is the item number and here's the price. It's item number 160704 and it's $50.25. But I use some of these dies for the next card, so I wanted to, I'll leave that there for a second to show you. All right. We're also going to use a crumb cake, little sponge dauber and crumb cake ink to complete our card, and then real red. All right, so here are our other little pieces here. Oh no, I just saw an angry face. And I have a card base in crumb cake, and this one is just folded the other way because that's what I found on my desk. My original card is going the opposite way. So let me just stamp the one thing we're going to stamp. We're going to stamp Merry Christmas in real red, and then we'll be done with the stamping part. And I'm just going to ink this up and stamp right there. And then, let me wipe that off. Becky, you do need this set. It is adorable. All right, then we're done with that. Now, what we're going to do is take the crumb cake ink and this little sponge dauber, and see these little panels, they're kind of like, I take this, dip it in, I'm just lightly going to go over to make those kind of stand out a little bit. And I just kind of go really quick. I'm not too picky about this step. You could do this with any colored door that you wanted. I just wanted mine to be kind of neutral. All right, so here's the second one. And here is the third one. Thank you guys for joining me and sharing on Thursday afternoon. Okay, here's this. And now we can kind of put them together. So see how that just makes those little things come to life a little bit. All right, grab, all the ink pads are falling down. I am going to move that out of the way now. Okay, I'm going to just give this a good crease. Oh, the other thing we need are some rhinestones. I have just some regular basic rhinestones right here. Okay, so we're going to take these panels and we're going to position them not quite centered, a little bit more to the right because I'm going to add the handle on the left. And then this is going to create our door. Do you see how this is going together? And then we have the little doorknob that will go over here, kind of like so. So the panels I did use dimensionals with. So, oh, Pam, yes, it's like, I am so sorry, you guys, I have not showed this sooner. It has been, I bought it right away when the catalog went live, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to show this. It's so good. It's so, so good. Okay, so this is going to go, what I'm trying to do is just line up the edge and the edge and kind of have similar spacing. So kind of like this. Then I'm going to flip this one over and add dimensionals on this side. I'll put up the host code at the end again. If any of you want to do any shopping, I will put that up. And again, I Hope you guys got your last gifts. I sent out a bunch of stuff at the end of last week. Okay, so then, whoops, go back. This is gonna go here, kind of like that, and then we'll do the top one. All right, just checking my time because I gotta go pick up my daughter, but we're good. We are good. She is at practice, and so I gotta get her. Okay, so there is the top. All right, so now for the little handle that, again, I did this in copper foil, and it embosses the little circle. It does everything for you. The set is stinking adorable. You can use it for so much more. I have some cards I'll show you that we made with that set for my team meeting. There are make and takes. So every month, my team, we have a team meeting, we have a card class, we have so much fun. There's a starter kit on sale if you are interested. I would love to have you join us. You can message me if you have any questions. But that little knob, I'm just going to put right there. Okay, now the fun part, the door needs a wreath, right? So here, look at, we have the perfect wreath. So I am going to just go and kind of pull some of these. You just be a little careful, and they kind of come apart, and you can kind of fluff up your little wreath like so, and then the inside comes apart too. Now, if you ship this in the mail, it's probably going to go flat. This card is a special card, so it might be one you hand deliver or you put on a package, you know, something like that, because this is a really cool card. All right, so you can kind of see how it comes to life like that, and I'm going to put this down with some more glue dots. So I'm just going to put like 4, maybe, like one at the top and one at the bottom, and you can do the sides. Top. I don't even know. Actually, I'm going to put one kind of here and here so it'll stick to those panels. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, one over here and one over here. I love our glue dots. They work good. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this here. And then this one, this is just going to make it look a little bit more full. I'm going to put over the top. And the same thing, I'm just going to add like 2 glue dots. So 1, and then 1 at the bottom, because it's going to stick to this little wreath here. This goes over. Okay, my glue dot's a little too big, so I'm just going to use my nail or take your pick tool, your scissors, something, and just kind of fold it over. Okay, and then this just goes right over top. And just kind of set that in. And then we have our bow. It's going to go on with a mini glue dot. Grab or mini dimensional. You could do a glue dot too. I'm going to use a dimensional actually. I'm going to put one on the other side. And then, instead of stamping red berries, we're going to add some with our rhinestones. So 2 little mini dimensionals. And we're going to put this on the top. And then one of the reasons why I love the basic rhinestones is you can take your Stampin' blends. I usually take the dark version of it, and you just be careful, and you just kind of go over, and you can color your rhinestones and make them any color you want. And you guys have probably already seen me do this so many times, but I love that. And I wanted to use these because they do have like different size rhinestones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the larger rhinestones. I'm going to put it over here, a large, and I have a medium, and then a little small one. I'm going to put them in little groups of 3. And I'm going to do the same over here. Put one over here, the large, and then the small, and then a little medium. Oh, I got to add our words, and then one at the bottom here. If you're late, that's okay. You can watch the replay. It's here. It's also over on YouTube. If you're new to me, you can check out all my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube as well if you haven't. Okay, we're going to make this one a banner. So I'm just going to trim this down and then trim this side down. You can grab your banner punch, or I just like to use my scissors and snip out the little sides, and then do the same over here. And then have a little Merry Christmas, and I'm going to pop that right there. Actually, I'm going to have to move these little gems. See, I should have put my words down first. Last time it worked. I need to go a little bit higher because I want to see those pretty little berries. All right. Come on, you got to move. All right, move that. So take your, I don't know where my other dimensionals are. Oh, they're right here. Add one of these on the back. Put this over here. And this is just going to go right across here, right in the middle. The Merry Christmas. Oops, and there is our card. The little door. Here's the other one I did. So this one opens this way. Isn't that so cute with the warm welcome? And then this one opens this way. So you could do either way. But there is our third card. So I hope you like that. Again, if you want that bundle, here's the item number. It's only online. It's not in any catalog, but you can still purchase it. So if you just hopped on, we did 3 cards featuring the Cottage Wreaths Bundle, but this last card used the dies from the Warm Welcome Bundle. So this was our last card. Then we did another Christmas card. Sweet and simple one using the brick and mortar background with that. And then we did a fall card, and I showed you 2 different baby wipe techniques with making a fall card. This one has little champagne rhinestones, and so we made the leaves all different colors. So there are those cards. So let me know what your favorite is, if you have a favorite. And again, if you want to do any shopping, please use the host code here. Or I even have a shopping link in some of my emails, so then I can send you a thank you card. So I hope you love these cards. I hope you have fun with them. They were a lot of fun to create. And I'm glad I could finally feature this bundle for you guys because it's a really good one. And you could even, what I wanted to do is use this wreath right here and then add that spider to it and put Boo, because you could do some Halloween ones too. So a really, really versatile set that you might want to add to your collection. So if you have any questions about anything, please reach out to me. If you wanted, at the very beginning, I have like 3 or 4 of these Halloween class with the best witches. It's $30. The $30 includes shipping to you. And you get the $9 pack of ribbon, all the pieces to make the 4 cards, and you get a half a pack of this. This will be cut in half, so you'll have lots left over. I have a few left over from my last retreat, and you just need your own stamp set and your markers. Please email me, and I can invoice you for this, and I can ship this tomorrow. But this class is so, so cute, and I know a lot of you wanted the Halloween stamp camp, and it sold really fast. So email me if you guys, any of you want that, and I'll just go in order if there's more than what I have. Okay, I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week, and stay warm if you live somewhere where it's getting a little chilly out. And I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.